Hey guys, this is Nightscope2142, and today I thought I would make a guide on something that many people seem to be asking, and that is how BitterBlack Isle Curse Gear works. If you don't know what it is, BitterBlack Isle is a new area in Dark Arisen. Just to say it now, if you have not at least beat this area twice, this may contain some spoilers. Now let's get started. To start off, before we can even uncurse the armor, we need to actually obtain it. So most likely you're going to want BitterBlack Armor level 3, BitterBlack Weapon level 3, BitterBlack Novelty level 3, and BitterBlack Gear level 3. To farm it, I would suggest having some wake stones with you because you're going to want to rush through the DLC area as fast as possible, and you honestly don't want to stop and heal if you get hit. So if you die, you die, just res and keep on trucking. Next you're going to need at least 4 conquerors. I would suggest taking 12 each run. My reasoning being you need 4 for death and then 4 for Ur-Daimon, and sometimes you don't kill Ur-Daimon fast enough, so you're going to need another 4 to reapply. And to get conquerors, you can simply talk to this guy and he'll sell you an unlimited supply. So yeah, if you need those, he'll sell you an unlimited supply. You need to save him in the main game and prove him innocent, so he'll appear in post game. Also, if you don't save him, he'll disappear forever, so that sucks. Next, you're going to need blast arrows. You're roughly going to need 100 to kill death. The reason being, death runs away if you do too much damage to him a certain period of time, so blast arrows cause a huge hit stun. So you're going to want at least 100 of these, and she sells unlimited supply of blast arrows. I generally toss 100 of them on my pawn, so she carries all the weight and I don't have to deal with it. And yeah, so let's get started. So after we get all the items we need, next thing we want to do is set our skills and what we should come as. First, you should always come as Ranger. It's probably like the best job to farm this as. The only skill you need is Tenfold Fury, this skill right here. It shoots 10 arrows at once for a decent chunk of stamina. And then for augments, I just take the basic strength character. Strength, less stamina when you use physical weapon skill. You don't really need this, but I just use it. Strength, carry additional weight, you don't really need that either. Bloodlust, this works in BitterBlack Isle 24/7 because it's always nighttime here, so this gives you more strength. And then for your pawn, you're going to want to have either Sorcerer or Mage, and the skill you want is this, Holy Affinity. You also make it so they can enchant your weapon so it does holy damage, and your Damion and Death are both weak to it, so it'll help you kill them faster. And for augments, I just have basic, cast faster, consume less stamina when you use spells, carry additional weight, magicka, diminish time toning spells, magicka. Alright, and we're back, and before I start anything, I just wanted to say Camellia from the last video that sold the blast arrows also sells these large mushrooms. They're fairly light, and you can carry a bunch of them, and if you can see, they increase our stamina by a lot, so most likely I'm not going to need this for death, but you will for your Damion, so I'd suggest buying some. And since we're at death, before we want to start killing him, the first thing we're going to do is clear all the mobs, because we don't want any of them interrupting us when we try to stun lock death. And that's good jump down. And my pawn's about to get hit by Death's one-shot move, so we're going to take all the blast arrows from her before she dies. Most likely if you bring any pawns, they're just going to die because the arrow is really stupid. I'm going to wait for Death to do a sleep move so we can hit him easily. So now I use charging up to step move, sleep move, sorry. We're going to want to use 4 of these, and if you read the description, they amplify your strength. They stack 4 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want to equip blast arrows. use tenfold fury. You want to shoot him once and then twice. This will stun him. And you want to do it once and twice, and this will stun him again. Once, twice, and it'll stun him again. And you just keep this process going, and it'll keep him stun locked. And the reason we do this is if you don't, when he gets up, he'll teleport away, and then you'll have to find him in another zone. So you want to keep doing this. I should have brought 150 arrows just to be safe, but yeah. And then that's it. Death is dead, and we don't have to go chasing him. And depending on your luck, you can drop. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, we only got gear, but sometimes he'll drop weapon. He can drop anything. But yeah, we got gear. So let's continue to Ur-Daimon. And we are back from just killing death. Wanted to mention that in order to get death to spawn, you need your lantern equipped when you zone into the next area and lit. Most of the time, if you're speedrunning to the boss, you're most likely going to get drenched, so make sure when you get to the door to enter the next area, you put away your lantern, and then re-equip it so it's lit again. Now that we made it to Damion, we're going to want to have a sorcerer pawn or a mage pawn that can cast Holy Affinity on us, since Damion is weak to light, and it will help us kill him fast as possible. If you don't have a mage pawn yourself, you can always summon one with Holy Affinity. The reason I don't take 3 pawns is because most likely if you run to this area, they're going to die and you're going to have to resummon them. And the load times between that is just too much time, and it's really a waste of time. This way I keep my own pawn. If she dies on the way, I can just hit the stone and I'll resummon her in 3 seconds. So yeah, let's get her to cast Holy Affinity on me. She'll cast it on herself. Most likely she'll just be a meat shield or not help at all. And then let's go kill Damion. Now that we're starting the boss, you can just skip the cutscene, save time. You're gonna pop 4 conquerors, give you the strength buff from death, same thing. Increase your strength by a ton. Since you have Holy Affinity on, you do a ton of damage to Damion. Just dodge his spells as you see fit. Of course that wasn't roll, but oh well. Generally you're gonna get his health down pretty fast, and then he's gonna wanna come walk up like he is now really slow. And he's gonna do his ball move. And just kill him while he's doing this. You should stagger him and kill him during it. Now he's dead. Just for this video's sake, I'm going to pop 4 more before they wear off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And since my stamina is sort of low, I'm going to use some mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 6, gave me like 60% stamina back. And then you just keep going. See his health going down. Bad chance. Once you get his health low enough, he's gonna do the AoE. And then just during this time, kill him. And our stamina is low, so I'm gonna pop more. And he's dead. And he's dead, just skips cutscene. Depending on your luck, you'll see what you got. You got Vile Wakestone, Novelty, didn't get any armor or weapon. Always check this before you exit the area. Free Wakestone. Most likely if you like rush through here and you just jump off cliffs and stuff, you'll probably die at least once. Then once you get to this room, you'll see 4 chests. Each one consists of level 3 Novelty. This is a gem used to open the doors in another area. Armor. This should be Novelty. Or not Novelty. There's not a 100% chance you're going to get all 3, but it's pretty high. It's like 80% or something. We just got unlucky with this video. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the second you go through this door, it'll reset the labyrinth. And once that happens, death will be there. And now I can show you exactly what you do with level 3 armor and how it uncurses. And now that we're back at the main camp, we talk to her. Request purification. And then you can see the item drops we got from that run. There's the 2 gears we got. The weapons, I've done this before, so I have 4. And then level 3 armor at 26. Before I get into how exactly each uncursed is done and what you'll get, let's look at this chart real quick. I just wanted to show this. In order to get to the items you want, let's just zoom back out. These are all the level 3 weapons. I made this guide a while ago. Anyways, there's the bow for assassin, daggers for the strider assassin, etc. Mystic bow, you know, you got all this gear. But mainly what you want is, say if you wanted one of these 2 staffs, either for mage or sorcerer, you'd need to have it so your main vocation is sorcerer and your pawn's vocation is sorcerer in order to have a 50-50 chance at getting these 2 items. But the problem lies in that the weapons themselves. Let's just do this real quick. Let's change vocations real quick. Change over for gates vocations to sorcerer. I didn't mean to do that. Now we can purify the weapons. We have 4 of them. We got mage staff, mage staff, mage staff, mage staff. As you can see, it's not a 50-50 chance, even though it should be. When you first pick up the level 3 weapon, it's already decided what that weapon's going to be, assuming you do the correct job vocations. So back to the chart. Since we did sorcerer, we could only get these 2 items. But since the BitterBlack weapon level 3 was already decided as it dropped, we got all Damion claws, which is for mage only. And say we wanted the sorcerer staff, well, we don't need 8 Damion claws, there's no point in that. So what we would do is go back in game and then kill ourselves and reload our save to show that since we got those weapons, they're static, so no matter what I do, if I kill myself and go back, I'm just going to get the same 4 mage staffs. So say I had all 4 of those mage staffs, well, maybe I wanted something from this list again. Maybe I wanted warrior stuff where I'd get Bitter Ends, Devil's Vein, one of the Great Sword, Shield, Mystic Hammer Knight, or Hammer itself. To do that, we'd change warrior to warrior, and now we go back in game. Change our location to warrior. And we purify the same weapons. We get a different outlook. So instead of getting 4 mage staffs that we might have already had, if we reloaded and did sorcerer, or mage again, we would have just got those same 4 staffs. So instead we get these new weapons that we might want. So we got 2 dead ass fists. Well, you can make note that the third time you did a weapon, you got another dead ass fist. Say, since you got it the first time, you can do 2 2 uncursing, then save, and then go to another vocation. So we got 3 dead ass fists. So let's go back and show you what we can do. Say we don't want 3 dead ass fists. We know we got dead ass fists, then bitter ends, then 2 more shields, and we don't need those 2 shields. So we reload. We're going to change our vocation to something like Strider, or Ranger, so we can get maybe a bow, dagger, magic bow, or Ranger's bow. Now that we're back, let's do this one more time. So let's do it like we did before. The warrior and warrior. Oops, didn't do that. So this time, instead of doing all of them, since we know the first two are going to be shield. Whoops, wrong one. Since we know the first two are going to be shield and bitter end, we'll do this with the shield and bitter end. We got the two items we wanted. Now we're going to change the vocation to something like Ranger and Ranger, so we can get one of those weapons I described before, either bow, longbow, dagger, or magic archer bow. So now we're going to request purification on the last two, and instead of getting two more shields that we would have already had, we got dagger and dagger, unfortunately. So we could reload the save again, and instead of doing two more, we can start off with warrior, get the shield and greatsword, and once we get that, we can change the ranger, and then get the dagger. And since we don't want the dagger for the last slot, we can maybe change to mage and get the staff, so at the end we don't get any duplicates. Unfortunately, since all these weapon drops are static, eventually, since there's only 13 I think, that we're going to get them all, so at one point you're going to have like 20 weapons and there's nothing you can do but just keep spamming the one you want until you get something on this chart you want. Say if you got everything but, say, Devil's Nail, you would have to, after you did all these slots, you would just have to, if you had like 30 weapons left, you'd have to just keep doing warrior until you got the Devil's Nail. It wouldn't be 100% chance, because the second that level 3 weapon dropped, it was determined what weapon it would be when you go to uncurse it. So we would just have to keep doing it over and over again until we got the thing we wanted. Okay, and we're back, and next I'm going to show you armor. So first, let's change to Sorcerer, and our pawn's going to be Sorcerer. This is similar as before in that we're going to purify all these armors. So you can see it's going to cost a ton of RC. But we can note down what we get for each one. So we got this, we got hands, feet, hands, head, claws, body, back, head. Curion is the high quality of mage, so you can note that it's high quality for this one. Feet, high quality feet, high quality body, head, body, back, head. You get the point. I have a bunch of them, so now that we just got that, we can make note of each armor we just got, and we can reload. I'll pull this chart up real quick. I made note of what I got for each one. So, since we just got all that, this is exactly what we got. The first one, we got hands that had stamina on killing blow, and then we got legs. As you can see, I wrote down what each one gave us. And you can note that for each one, I only got one high quality, three high qualities out of like 20 or whatever it was I did. So from that, I didn't write them all down, but that's just to give you an idea. Now we can change to another vocation. Something like, I guess Ranger would work. And we can purify the same armor. And we can note what we get. Notice we got hands of stamina killing blow, but this time we got the assassin version instead of the mage version. and this can be applied to everything. We got the assassin version because we were assassin, or ranger, so we got all the strider, assassin, ranger sort of stuff. So we got all of that. So now that we know exactly what's going to happen here, we can look at, we got hands, legs, hands, hands. So say we got hands with stamina, killing blow, and hands with stamina, killing blow. We can start off as assassin, or whatever, and augment 3 of these, and then for our next one, I would change to something else because I wouldn't need the same exact armor again. This is how you can sort of get all the armor you want, but it's still random. No matter what I do, I'm always going to get one of these armors, but it just depends on what job I get. So since we got all this, let's just look at this chart again. And I just wanted to make note that if you go sorcerer, you'll get all mage gear. If you go warrior, you'll get all heavy armor gear for that class, and you'll get all strider, you get all strider related gear, but it'll always be one of these in this specific order. So no matter what I change jobs or whatever, I'm always going to get hands, legs, hands. It's static. You can't do anything about it. But you can just change your jobs so you get different gear for that job. So you'll never get, so you won't get as much repeats, but eventually you will. But this will just help you get the armor faster. If you don't really care about stats, you just want to get like one high quality set for a job, you can just stay sorcerer and do all 25 as sorcerer. But I like playing as multiple jobs, so I try to get as all of the armor I can. So that's armor. And I'll just do a final part right now. As you see, we have Novelty, and just to show you what that is real quick, I'm still Ranger. So now you get skills. These are all skills. They automatically consume the second you get them. And see this Scroll of Grace. This is like, these will always be the 3rd tier of skills. So there's traits. So they're either new traits or a third rank of a skill. And you can just see the random ones I get. And since I'm Ranger, I'm only getting, I should be only getting like traits and what's it called, abilities for Ranger. So it's the same concept as weapon and armor. If you change the vocation, you'll get those specific scrolls for that vocation, and they're all static. So I'm not going to keep note of this, but as you can see, I got 5, 3, 2, 2. There's no need to get multiple of these, so we can just what's it called, if we wanted to, we could do the same thing we did before and reload. Next, we have the gear. Now what this is they're going to be rings. This is just a random ring, but occasionally I'll get rings like this. But since I'm since I'm Ranger, I'll get a ring like this, and it'll increase, this is for, it looks like Magic Archer, but it'll increase the skills of 6-fold Bolt and Magical Gleam. Those are the higher qualities, but yeah, they'll augment those. Well, they'll either do something to the skill or give you more strength with them, and that's what that's for. And before I end this series, I just wanted to point out that to uncurse all this gear, we need to use RC, and the only way you get RC is by someone using your pawn and then them returning it. Generally, if you just have friends using it once in a while, you only get like 30k RC, and if you saw Uncursing 26 armor was nearly 1,000,000 RC, so you're not going to get RC that easy. So what I did is I created a second account, and I friend requested my main account. Then what I did was I rushed through the game fast as possible, then I got to end game. Once I did that, I go into the rift, I hire my main spawn, so this is Faith, my main character's spawn, and then I hire another sorcerer. Then I do the guard glitch that people do to get, I think it's called DP or whatever, that you can buy skills with, but I just do this because you can AFK and get as much RC as you want overnight. So generally when you go to sleep, you can just log into your second account, run up here, Guards will attack you.
This is the Arisen's doing.
Jump up here, and it's just the normal farming method that people use overnight, and you can get levels as well. But mainly what we're going to do is both our sorcerers usually will cast high-level spells like she's casting the Tornado, and since these respawn unlimitedly, we'll just get points overnight, and we'll just keep running, and you won't get hit, but it's smart to have what's it called, a couple of wake stones just in case. Sometimes the NPCs don't die and they fly up here, so if you're a lower level, sometimes they'll die. But since our main pawn is really high level, she pretty much just kills everyone and 2 experience points. She's just raping a ton of mobs, and you can just do this overnight. And generally, if you do this for 8 hours, when you wake up, you'll get something like 250k RC. So it's a good way to farm overnight and get the RC you need to uncurse weapons when you play like on a weekend or something, and you have a bunch of armors you farmed and you want to uncurse them but you don't have RC. Well, this is a way to get a ton if you can just leave your PS3 running overnight. And that's it for this guide. Hopefully you learned something from it and now know how to farm and get your own uncursed gear, and hopefully help you get that gear faster with less duplicates. Some other notes is that I've not done this on any other character, but the damage gain from 100 plus is barely noticeable, and this worked when I only had Savage Fang Dragon Forge, so I assume even Mage Sorcerer mains can change to Ranger and do it fairly easy, if only needing more blast arrows. Also wanted to note that the Uncursed Armor augment section, for my first 2 pieces of armor, they changed the augment. I'm not really sure why. When I went Sorcerer to Ranger, but it was just for those 2 pieces. I missed it when I was making the video originally. Not sure if it's a bug, but the rest of the armor had the same exact augments. And I think that's it. So that's about it. I might make more guides in the future on something else in the game. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments, or if there's anything else you might want me to make a video on, I can. When the game first came out, I originally made a video of all my favorite skills. If you want to check that out, I put it in the description. I also included the image I used when I was showing the weapons that adds the picture guide, so I'll include that in the description as well. And yeah, thanks for watching.